And welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about stay-at-home moms. Being from a country that is on the western side, such as Spain, I feel like for me this has been normal. Like the fact that when you become a mom, you're expected to do it all, for me has been a normal thing. That for me growing up was the norm. I still was quite lucky because my mom, during me and my sister's first years, she was at home, she didn't work. But that was really weird. But then later on, it's like she was expected to work, and if not, it's like she would be looked down to. And then I also question, because loads of the hate comes from other women, and comes from women that have children and women that go to a single job every single day and a job outside their houses. So much of that hate comes from them towards stay-at-home moms. So I am wondering, is it jealousy? Are they jealous because maybe they cannot rely on their husbands? Maybe their husband doesn't earn enough money so that they can stay at home? Or maybe they just have a really modern mindset. But let me tell you that it doesn't matter how much of a modern mindset these women have. They still hate the fact that they have to go to that job. Because I was working as a hotel receptionist, and one of my colleagues, she had a child with like 2-3 years old, and all the time she was trying to look rough and like, I'm so modern, independent, and like, because that's the vibe, that's how you're cool, that's how you're socially accepted in that society. You have to be that woman that does it all and does it all good. But inside, they are struggling with their life. They have an inner war, and I feel like they just throw it on these moms that are able to stay home. So this one that was, supposed to be doing what she wanted, all the time she was just talking, oh, my daughter is sick today, and like complaining, which makes sense because she could not be with her daughter when she was sick, because her daughter was performing like a little dance at school and she could not be there. She kept talking about all the things that she was missing. So I really just do not get that most of the hate comes from women that work outside. And in countries like Spain, moms, even if they have a baby, they will be asked, so what do you do for a living? They're not expected to be a stay-at-home moms. I only know one person from everyone around my neighborhood. Only one person. And I'm not talking about friends, just people that you know, neighbors and loads of people since I've been born. Only one person that is a stay-at-home mom, and she is looked down on, or looked down to, like she is not respected, honestly. Everyone just thinks, oh my gosh, she's a stay-at-home mom. It's a weird thing nowadays, at least in the countries I'm talking about. It's weird, you're judged, and even if you have a newborn baby, they will be asking you, so what do you do for a job? What do you do for a living? And if you say, oh no, I'm a stay-at-home mom, if they're babies, you might get away with it, but they will be like, oh, what are you gonna do after? Keep raising them? Keep being a stay-at-home mom? Well, they will expect you, if your children are like 3, 4, they will look at you like, what are you doing with your life? Like, they will look at you like you are literally ruining your life. So obviously this has a very big impact mentally, and it has a pressure that cannot be described. When you live in a country that being a stay-at-home mom is accepted and is loved, and people don't pressure you and ask you all the time, so when are you going to get a job? So when are you going to get a real job? So when are you going to... You can't do that all the time. You can really hack and love motherhood and enjoy motherhood. But when all the time people around you are like, that is a mental torture. I'm not even a mom yet, but I'll be. And I'm already suffering the future consequences. Because at the back of the mind, they're thinking, she's ruining her life. She's ruining her life, guys. Well, and they will say, oh, you can't rely on someone. Well, I'm going to ask you something. And I'm going to tell you something. You're always relying on someone. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a mom that goes outside to work, you're always relying on someone. Oh, your husband can leave you. Your boss can fire you. Who would you rather rely on? Someone you've chosen as a partner of life, your husband? Or a random stranger man, your boss? Who are you going to give your time to? Who are you going to give your energy and your love? Who cares about you? I don't know how things are with your husband, but I can guarantee you that your husband loves you more than your boss. If your boss needs to get rid of you for any reason, he will. In fact, if he probably knows that you have intention of getting pregnant, he probably won't even hire you. Plot twist. Why is just so hard for people to understand that you might want to be a stay-at-home wife, a stay-at-home mom, and take care of your family and your husband? Why does it feel like you're doing something wrong? I really want to understand why. And we're not even going to go into the fact that women are taking a feminine, masculine role nowadays, because we know they are, and men are taking a feminine role, and that's what society is trying to get into our brains, because that way is how everything is just out of structure. We know that. But I genuinely think that women that have to work outside home, they truly, because it's a system, they've grown up like me. But I kind of, but like these women have grown up in the same environment that I have. So if they're told all the time something, all the time this and this and this, they are going to believe that what they've been told is the truth, because it's all that they've ever known. They probably haven't even had the chance to think outside the box. They probably haven't met a man that says, I want you to enjoy motherhood and be home and raise our children so they don't have to be with a random stranger every single day, So I guess they don't even know. And I think sometimes they might even feel jealous. Maybe they actually criticize so much this woman because they're jealous. It's all I can think about and of. And I wish that stay-at-home moms didn't have to be ashamed, especially the ones that live in countries that believe that a woman has to do it all. She has to work, but she has to be a good mom. And the problem with countries like Spain is that when you say, I've seen this myself, when you say, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I work as well, literally you can see how everyone around you is like, respect. I'm not saying I don't respect it. Of course I do. But you're not going to come here and tell me that you're happier doing that than staying at home with your kids full time. Oh, your husband can leave you. Your boss can fire you. And maybe you'll struggle so much to get another job that is the same. I mean, one thing you're actually choosing, which is your partner. And if you really think your husband is going to do something bad to you, which I don't want to judge because anything can happen in this life, but if you really are so scared, why are you having a family with this person? If you're not going to rely on your partner, if you truly are not going to rely on your partner, why are you choosing to have a family with them in the first place? I will not. If I'm going to have a family with someone, it means that I feel like I can trust them, right? So, yeah, anything can go wrong, but your job can go wrong. And I am sure that you're not going to regret raising your children. You're not going to regret it. You're not going to miss anything. And time, as you know, flies and does not come back. When your children are 5 and 6, you will not be able to see them walk for the first time again. Okay? So it's very important, in my opinion, that women are embraced to love being at home. Because also, plot twist, because people don't seem to realize, being a stay-at-home mom is a job. Wow. I know you guys know this, but most people do not. They just suddenly think stay-at-home means you sleep 24/7. Well, no. Your kids are going to need you. Your husband will need you, right? I mean, he's working outside. The least you can do for him is take care of him and prepare a nice meal and make sure he's well nourished and has energy for the day and good vibes and love, right? So that is a job itself, because the child is going to need you 24/7 and more. So that is a job within itself, and it's a job that is not easy to do it well. If you want to do it well, you really need to dedicate your full time to it. This is why moms that work outside their houses, they are stressed, because they know deep down that they are not doing as much as they would like to for their children, because they're unable to be with them as much as they would like to. So I guess in a way it's such a toxic circle that's being fed and it's just been followed. So the women have fallen into this trap, and now they hate having to go to work, but they also hate women that get to stay home, because within themselves they feel like they're doing the right thing. Like it's a sacrifice because they cannot raise their children full time. But for them, that sacrifice is justified, because if anything happens, oh well, I can leave. This is also why I feel like women leave sooner. It's like, oh, you don't like the color blue? Bye. I feel like before, people try to work things out more, and this movement pushing women to be independent in such an extreme way, it's also causing more divorces, in my opinion. And I'm not saying, look, I think a woman should have her own money, at least a little bit, okay? I do think that 100%. But this of like, you know, wanting to reach the top no matter what, and even if it means neglecting your partner and not listening to him and oh, screw him, like all this, you know, vibe, like, I mean, it's just out of place. It's a big reason why now women get divorced much more. And it's not because they feel like they can live because of the money, because they have money. It's just because they have less patience and there is less connection, and they're just disconnected from the world and from their families. And at work, we all know women are flirted with. Isn't it really weird? I've seen really weird things. I've seen colleagues that had a child a year ago being flirted with crazy. And you know what? They ended up divorcing and ended up being with another colleague in the work environment. Look, I knew this and I heard it, but when I saw it happen, I was like, her child was like 3 or 2 years old. Because they lose the sense of family, because they have all this pressure, another man telling them what they have to do, and they lose a bit, you know. And then if anything is not perfect, the 5 minutes she sees her husband, she thinks, well, because the society tells me I can just do whatever I want and I don't have to fight and I can just find any better man, she leaves. And I don't mean it's because she has the money. If you need to leave because you're in a really bad place, leave. But it's just like they're pushed to leave. They're pushed to leave. That is what I mean. And all of this just destroying the stay-at-home mindset, mentality. It's something that is beautiful. And it should be embraced. And we should feel thankful for women that stay at home. But what I see is the contrary, that women that stay at home, by women that work outside, I do feel like it's jealousy. At the same time, they believe their own lies. So they believe you're actually running your life. But even from other people, like now I see men also expecting that woman work 100%. And if you tell someone, no, I plan on being a stay-at-home mom, they'll be like, yeah, but what are you going to do? It's like, well, a stay-at-home mom and work as a stay-at-home mom. If they could be there one day, they'll be like, you know what? This is a job. It just seems like the problem is that you're working for your husband and your family. What is the problem in that? Is either you work for your husband, and we're talking that your husband can provide for you financially, of course. So this is the case, okay? So you're working for your husband and your children and your family. Okay, so we'll rather that she gets every day more disconnected from her husband and her children that are going to be, unless they have family close, they're going to be with a random stranger who you have to trust. I wouldn't, okay? That's going to be teaching them God knows what. God knows what. Whilst you're away and you have to feel and try to think that they're safe. To go and work for a random man, because most of the times he's a man, a random man that's going to tell you what to do, is going to shout, is probably going to be harsh on you for money. That your husband, if you're in a good situation, of course, he can provide that for you. But because you have to be modern and cool and you can't rely on anything or anyone, stop. You go and leave your kids that you want to stay with, and you go and work for a random man. I mean, doesn't it sound a bit stupid? I feel like all of this is the reason why motherhood and staying at home is seen so negative. Because you have to be independent no matter what. And I'm not saying that because you stay at home, you're not independent. Start whatever you want, okay? Because if you have a husband that provides for you and you can be helped taking care of your children, you also have time, to, I don't know, write a book, write children's book, whatever your dream is. Start some clothing for children. You might have any dream that you can develop from home. Do it. Do it. But, yeah, I just basically wish that it was embraced and that women were more pushed to and congratulated from being a stay-at-home mom, because I know that I'm never going to experience someone tell me, congratulations for choosing to stay at home and raising your children and not missing a second. It's the best thing you can do. I think I will never hate that in the future. At least not from anyone close to me. And it's mentally for me very hard knowing that they're going to think, oh, look at her, staying at home with her children, she's not doing anything for her. So I know they're going to think that. And even though I know that it will be the right thing, it really bugs me. And it actually feels like I'm being ripped inside to know they're going to think that. But I think as I experience it, I know that it will be the right thing. And I think it's obvious anyway, because even women that go to work will want to be with their children. They just feel like they're being rewarded by society, and society is telling them, and society is all of us, right? So most of us in those countries, they are constantly being told, oh my God, you're amazing, oh my God, and I admire you. All the women around my family and circle that have children and also work, they're all told amazing things that are like, you're so brave, oh my God, I admire you, you're the best, you're such a hardworking mom, oh my God. But if she chooses to stay home, there's no I admire you, there's no, oh my gosh, you're doing an amazing job, oh my God, you're raising them yourself, so you're teaching them all the things yourself, you're not relying on any kindergarten, you're not relying on anyone doing that for you, oh my God, you're actually doing all of that yourself, you're amazing. No, they don't get any reward. They don't. Yeah, be with their children, but when everyone else, they don't give you any kind of support for doing so. And it's like, oh, so when are you going to do something for yourself? When are you going to... That takes a toll. That takes something in your mind. So I think you have to be really strong and realize that in other countries, motherhood is embraced. And stay at home is seemed like the genuine right thing. And I think knowing that that's how it is in other countries makes me happy, because when I started traveling just a little bit, I realized things are not just like they're in your country. And when you don't leave your country, you truly believe that you own the world, and the way that things are in your country is how it is anywhere else. But when you travel, you're like, wow, there is actually a different world in every country. So knowing that in some countries motherhood is embraced makes me so happy, because even if I may not be understood by people around me, I will by people that are far away. And I guess something is better than nothing. But yeah, I just want to give the message that we should really embrace mothers that choose to stay home. Like, we should, if you have anyone nearby that is choosing to stay at home mum and she's living in a country like America, or like, you know, Spain, or all this England, congratulate her. Honestly, like, say, look, I want to tell you that you're doing amazing, and I know it's not easy because we live in a society that is telling you that you're doing the wrong thing and things are going to go bad for you. But I truly hope that things go amazing for you, because you're doing an amazing job that should be embraced and should be appreciated. And it's truly not. It just feels like, oh, that's what you have to do. That's the bare minimum. Yeah, but if you work outside, you can't do it well, and we all know it. And yeah, I just wish that more mothers even realized this and they started to stay at home and enjoy it. Obviously, always that they had the lovely chance of a husband that can provide for them. But I just wish that was the vibe. Like, I just wish that was the norm, that was a normal thing. I really wish that was a normal thing. And I kind of pray that in the future that is a normal thing, because I think that people will have more children and that people will last longer. Like, they will not divorce just because any small thing. Because also when you stay at home, you're always, especially as a woman, we're so emotional, you're always banned, you're always stressed. So let alone having a family and then a husband, like, and obviously it's nice to be able to cook things, and you can't do that because you're tired. It's like, it's not easy. Even being a stay-at-home mom, it's not easy to do it all well, to raise your children in a good way, to maintain a really amazing, perfect, and lovely relationship with your husband. That is not easy, even if you stay home. Let alone if you're outside. It's like almost you are destined for failure. And I believe this is also why divorces are increasing so much. So much. They're just disconnected from themselves and their family. And it's just really sad, because they chose that person in the first place for a reason. And also the fact that they're being made feel like they can't trust them, like they shouldn't trust them, like they should be scared that something is going to go wrong. That also mentally, it makes you tense, you know, like you have to be worried about something. I wish it was encouraged to just relax. And know you chose this person. Every day is wonderful. Everything is going to go good. But anyway, I really hope one day motherhood is embraced. And staying at home, I want to live in a world that when you say that you're a stay-at-home mom, people don't look at you like you're a loser and like you are going to just fail in your life and end up regretting your whole existence. I hope one day I can live in a world like that, and I don't think it will happen. But once again, I hope that someday I feel like things get better. But I wish you all the best in the world. I'll see you very soon. I hope I explained myself well and that you get the main point, and I'll be looking so forward to reading your lovely comments. Thank you for your time, and let's embrace motherhood. Thank you.